Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Nostalgic.
And I'm RareWarington.
And welcome to a special episode of Kooky Questions, our Halloween special, Spooky Questions, where we ask the internet the most pressing, spooky questions of gaming, and we feature your answers live. First of all, we do need to apologize. We tried to run this broadcast earlier with some new things in it, including webcams with us and such, and my computer was not having it. It was just absolutely not having it. And but we're trying a more basic format now with our voices coming through. We still have your questions up here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull those back up. Yeah, you have any thoughts before we begin here, Sam?
I just want to reiterate and say kind of like what Drew just said. So we've never done like a live playlist before, so we were trying to bring up a live playlist so we could like keep interchanging people's songs with their answers. We had both of our webcams up, so it was just killing the stream. It just didn't like it. So we're totally ready for a chill, spooky questions conversation. And like, we haven't done this in a while. So like, I think we've had like one Kooky Questions this year. So like, we're trying to bring a lot of that back. We just released yesterday a video, Kooky Quest video. So we got a lot of kind of piling up. But yeah, it should be fun. And yeah, apologies again for like the false start there. But
again, just thank you guys so much for tuning in to our live stream here today. We should have a fun, chill conversation just about this music. We're going to be discussing both spooky songs as well as spooky bad guys. And we got a lot of feedback from people both on Twitter, over on Blue Sky, on our Discord Kooky Crew server, and over on the YouTube comments as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and begin with our first question, which is, we're back with Spooky Questions. So we want to ask, what are your favorite spooky songs from a game? And the first one here came from Fred, and he said, you already got it there. Which one? Mad Monster Mansion. And I have to say, Mad Monster Mansion here definitely turned out to be our most common answer overall, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, there's honestly no surprise there. But like, the people who like we associate with or that follow like our content and all that are going with Mad Monster Mansion's number one answer. I mean, like I said before, it's like such a classic song. Like, it's weird to say classic, but it is 27 years old now at this point. But yeah, probably one of my favorite like spooky-esque songs. Like Grant Kirkhope, great composer, but an absolute beast when it comes to like just like Addams Family-esque, like spooky, but like kooky enough to be like cartoony, like just these Addams Family Scooby-Doo-esque spooky tunes. Like, just really good stuff, man. Love Grant Kirkhope.
Welcome to Mincho Turtlebits, also known as Breadbug over on Twitter there. Welcome to the stream. You mentioned you do like Witcher World as well, but both are really good. Yeah, Witcher World also very much has that that spooky, haunted carnival kind of feel to it. And going off of, again, what Sam was saying about Grant Kirkhope kind of being a master of this genre, even with Banjo-Kazooie, Grunty Slayer itself has kind of a spooky feel to it, like a haunted teddy bear picnic. And you're just exploring the lair, and then you come to Mad Monster Mansion, and you start to hear the organ play, and it begins, the atmosphere starts to set in immediately from that point. And this song itself, man, it really is, like, in many ways, like, one of, if not the quintessential Halloween game song. It just captures, like, the spooky feeling of the area so dang well there.
Oh, totally. And like you said, like, even Grunty's Lair, like I think you said Teddy Bear's Picnic, which was like Grant Kirkhope's original inspiration, but like a lot of it is like very Danny Elfman like it has like that whimsical but almost spooky-esque vibe, and like you said, the variant for Mad Monster Mansion of Grunty's Lair, just like very Grant Kirkhope-esque, but like just spooky, like Addams Family-esque with the organ. And yeah, I love it. Grant Kirkhope's just awesome. He's going to be in a few answers, I'm imagining.
For sure there. Next one here, it was my answer. I was just going to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and it just really goes down to when I first played the game. Like, because when I first played Majora's Mask and just getting through that first set of 3 days where you're stuck as a Deku Scrub, I actually was struggling a little bit. I was like just having a hard time kind of figuring out where I needed to go and what challenges I needed to complete in what order so that I could, get past that. And the hours start to wane down, and this music starts to play, and I feel that awful existential dread that really creeps in, where you kind of almost like you feel the weight of the moment. The world is ending. It's like it really captures that.
Yeah, Majora's Mask has like, I mean, a lot of that existential like perspective, like weird existential dread almost. But like, it's got a lot of spooky stuff in that game. Like, honestly, like in Canyon in general, is kind of all uncanny and spooky. You of course have the music house, completely kind of a tragic story, but completely wholesome when it resolves. But spooky to have like her father like cursed the way he is. Like a lot of spooky stuff in like those, especially the Nintendo 64 Zeldas. To be honest, man. But yeah, that's an absolute banger. Like Final Hours is a really crazy good piece by Koji Kondo.
Oh yeah, it's easily one of the best overall, and I agree there as well. Like the game is spooky in general, but yeah, this song, the account of Canyon, a lot of tunes there are definitely very spooky. The ones that you come across, even I forgot the name of the dungeon there, the tower, Stonehenge, or what's it called again? I forgot.
Stone Tower.
Stone Tower, yeah, even that is like a very spooky, and when it turns upside down, it gets even spookier. Just spooky game in general. Moving on to our next one here by Aiden. I do a top 5, no particular order. Mad Monster Mansion, of course, as we've covered there. Note that here, Grabbed by the Ghoulies. This is just a great little theme, written also by Grant Kirkhope.
Oh yeah, Grabbed by the Ghoulies is, I mean, depending on your perspective, but I feel like it's just an underrated gem. The Grabbed by the Ghoulies main theme, actually, a couple people answered with it, like the title theme. It's definitely a shorter theme for sure. But yeah, it's super good. Like, and there's so much, like, to bring up freaking Grant Kirkhope again. The man is just in touch with like this heavy-ish, spooky-ish music, but just making it like whimsical and otherworldly enough to put it in like a cartoon sort of slapstick setting. Like just such a go, like one of the best. And Grab with the Ghoulies, the whole soundtrack is an absolute, like, I just think it's a gem. It's so good. Like Grant Kirkhope, like I said, he just nails it.
I think my favorite from Grabbed by the Ghoulies is the zombie pirate theme, how it just has that very fast-paced, bouncy brawl kind of feel to it. And I like the one too, and just the whole spookiness of the soundtrack is absolutely fantastic. Aiden also mentions Creepy Castle from Donkey Kong 64, which again, Grant Kirkhope, like he just keeps showing up with these really good spooky tunes, and it just immediately sets that mood with just that haunting piano chords and the deep, like, evil laugh just right from the get-go there.
Oh yeah, that's another one where it's like, I mean, Creepy Castle, and there, this can be said about a lot of like 3D platformers, but Creepy Castle is one of those worlds where it's like, it might be a little bit spooky, but like I feel like it's a pretty common take that like Creepy Castle is one of the most favorited levels of DK64. Like, it's just one of those levels that like the design is so good, the aspects, excuse me, the visual aspects and like the aesthetic aspects are so good, but that music is what brings it home, man. Like all the variants of this exact tune, Creepy Castle, just another Grant Kirkhope. I feel like Grant Kirkhope is probably going to be the most common composer that comes up in these answers, but dude, just so good. Creepy Castle is one of my answers as well. And so was Mad Monster Mansion, to be honest, but like just goated stuff. It's so good. Absolutely love it.
I absolutely love it too. And again, you mentioned all the variations. I always like, when I listen to the DK64 soundtrack, I always laugh when you get like into the catacombs, because you kind of hear these really even extra spooky versions of it. But in the background, you keep hear what sounds like vocalizations of Grant Kirkhope moaning, and it keeps throwing me out of the moments.
Yep. The Catacombs is actually like one of the scarier variants of that song too.
Exactly.
But like then, of course, yeah, another variant. You have the Ballroom, which is another one that always makes me laugh because it has like a Monster Mash thing of it, where you hear like different like vampire or ghostly sounds in the background and like laughing, and it's good stuff. I gotta mention all the variants.
I gotta mention with what's playing right now, it's kind of like it kind of combines the Addams Family with like the classic Donkey Kong theme. Da 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 da. You know, it's like, and then you have the snapping fingers, and it's like it's just cool how he brings in the classic DK theme into this part here.
Yeah, I feel like that was totally like almost like had to be one for one as far as like his inspiration, at least, because like the snapping is like totally Addams Family-esque. It's like almost on point. But yeah, I think as far as like Creepy Castle as well, like I mean, there's not a whole lot of like spooky stuff in the Donkey Kong games. Like there are, like you got, I guess, Gloomy Galleon, you can consider that too, but and like the levels in Donkey Kong Country 2. There's some spooky stuff in there, but like I feel like Creepy Castle's like the pinnacle as far as creepy DK levels go.
Definitely. Going on to another answer here. Boots from the Undergrowth from Little Nightmares 2. Now I'm not super familiar with this series here. Now, are you familiar with what this particular part of the game is? Because I'm not familiar with maybe what this part of the game this might be.
Absolutely. So in Little Nightmares 2, which is actually my favorite game in the series now, having just played all 3 of them. But in 3, the new one is good, I will say. But Boots from the Undergrowth is actually the very first level. So like the first level in Little Nightmares 2, where like you're just kind of getting your bearings and like realizing where you're at and like how the world works. Like you're returning back to the insanity that is the Little Nightmares world. And like I've said this before, but like Little Nightmares as a series, it's got probably my favorite spooky series. Anyone who's watching, you can go ahead, you could say whatever you guys' favorite spooky game or spooky series is. But for me, I think it definitely has to be Little Nightmares. But yeah, right off the bat in Little Nightmares 2, you're kind of just getting your bearings in the woods, kind of lost. You're kind of figuring out how you got there. And immediately the first threat to come up in the game is the huntsman, I think he's called, like this guy in the woods. I won't give away too much, but a guy in the woods, basically, as you can see from Aiden's picture, where like he's just hunting you, and it just gets really intense. Like right off the bat, it's like it picks up a lot quicker than Little Nightmares 1, where you immediately face like a very dangerous threat and have to deal with it. But excellent game, man. Definitely, probably, as I said, one of my favorites, and definitely my favorite spooky series or game in general. Little Nightmares 2, just definitely good stuff. Definitely creepy, but good stuff.
And Aiden also mentions the Ghostly Galaxy theme, which I think is also just another great one. Mario is, you can't have a Mario game without your spooky theme levels, and Mario definitely has a lot of great ones. And this one, it's a simple tune, but like it really, it's a good one. I like the flute that plays here. I like the violin that plays a little bit later on, and these are some cool little levels.
Oh yeah, and like. That one's so good. It's so funny. I was thinking about Mario. I'm like, yeah, there's, a lot of good spooky Mario themes. Even like Odyssey right off the bat, it has, I think it's called Bonneton or something like that. When you start off in Odyssey, the first level there with all the hat ghosts and such, like just really good stuff. But yeah, this one, right when I heard it, I'm like, oh man, Ghostly Galaxy, what a good pick. Cause like it just has that sort of same vibe, but like, it's so hummable. That motif, like the da da ba da, it's so hummable. Like such a great tune, dude. Like definitely one of the best for this time of year. Did not think of it.
And Gothic Teddy Bear mentions, this is one that I mentioned earlier here too, and that is the zombie pirate theme. I'm just gonna play it here. I just love this. This is so like fun. Bum, bum,
oh yeah, it's so good. In fact,
yeah, good stuff.
Oh, it's so good. But I think there was a trailer. I think it was either a commercial or trailer that I saw for Rabbit the Ghoulies actually had this song in it. It is so good. It's so strange that like people make jokes where it's like everything Greg Mayles has touched since the beginning of his game development time, he's either tried or like referenced or just forced in some like pirate content. Like,
yes,
it's just something that I feel like Mr. Mayles, like Greg, just like always associates with. It's like, oh, Greg probably worked in this game, and sure enough. But,
definitely,
yeah, good stuff. I absolutely love it.
Undead Pirates. Jiggy Lookback mentions, this one's a classic here. Let me see if I'm looking for it in the list here. The classic Luigi's Mansion theme. This, and we have to mention Luigi's Mansion just released for Nintendo Switch 2 on the Nintendo Switch 2 Online. So please, if you haven't played this classic game and you're subscribed to it, go play this game. It is so good, and I think it's only gotten better with age, and I feel that more and more people have gotten to just love this series, and now they get to, so many people get to now go back to where it all started. This one, I think 1 and 3 are both like a very good. And so yeah, go back and play this game. So good. And the theme is like a classic.
Yeah, like you said, we were just talking about it prior to stream. I was like, hey, did you know that, like, I know it comes up tomorrow, but Luigi's Mansion is available on the service. So like, as Drew said, go play it. I'm guilty. I haven't played Luigi's Mansion 3 yet. I've seen a lot of it. I want it. 2 did not click with me as much. I guess that's up for debate. but Luigi's Mansion 1 to me is like a masterpiece. I absolutely love it, and I will be replaying it.
Yes, as well will I for sure. And Super Josh mentions here Castlevania: The Adventure Rebirth OST, Bloody Tears, Super Castlevania 4. Hang on, let me find some ones in his.
Oh yeah, Bloody Tears.
Yeah, let me.
And like Castlevania is one of those. Castlevania is one of those that like, I mean, it has a lot of that like, Transylvania horror, I guess, for lack of a better term, content, like your Frankenstein, your Dracula, literally Dracula. But yeah, like the music in that series, it's like, it's so good. It's like, I wouldn't even say spooky as much as I would say like I said, like otherworldly or like Transylvania-esque, because it's just like there's such jams. Bloody Tears is one of the few that I know. It's so good. It is so darn good. And when they were included in Smash Bros, like the remix for that is so darn good. Like it is excellent.
Incredibly good. And honestly, like yeah. I do have to mention, I love the music of Super Castlevania 4, like the Bloody Tears that's playing right now. Honestly, the music of the game specifically, like kind of, I guess, inspired me in a way. I mean, like I made this big Halloween special last year where like Super Castlevania 4, where I basically came up with narration. You can look it up on Nostalgic if you're interested, oh, yeah. But no, the music, I feel like itself just tells a story. And I love it when the music of a game just like conveys the emotion of the storyline itself.
Oh yeah, totally. And like there's a ton that you could name from the Castlevania series, but I think Bloody Tears is probably at least in my top 3. And like I said, the Smash remix also is kind of what brought it to my attention. I'd only ever heard it like through other people, but yeah, such a good song and such good music in general.
And we also have sorry,
Horrorland. He does also mention Horrorland, which I think is funny because kind of reminiscent to our spooky questions from last year that we hosted on Drew's channel before we started this channel. And that is also just such a great one. It's actually one of my favorites for the time of the year. And yes, he picked the Superstars one, which is, yeah, really good. Like just such a good remix of a already great song.
And he also mentions a Twilight Trail from Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. And yeah, that whole area has like a kind of a good little Halloween type vibe. And oh yeah, and I would play a little bit also of the Dupless battle theme, because I'm just trying to think if there's something that the Dupless battle reminds me of, but I know it's just like it's a cool little theme.
Yeah, Dupless. I haven't played through that game, but like Dupless, I imagine is that little ghost guy with feet or something.
Yes, like, he basically steals Mario's identity in the game, and like Mario is left as a shadow, and Dupless takes the form of Mario himself. So you have to basically take back your identity and like battle him for it. It's kind of crazy.
That's great. Only other time I could think of Mario's identity being stolen was like, I guess Sunshine, sort of like he got framed. But yeah, Dupless I've seen. I love Dupless's I almost called him Doofless, but I love Dupless's design. He is kind of like doofusy looking, but he also has that like ghostly, weird, menacing sort of mischievous look about him. I love the design of him.
And so we also mentioned the Gloomy Manor from Luigi's Dark Moon. I overall like Dark Moon myself, but I do think that this Gloomy Manor theme is actually a really good spooky theme as well, in the vein of the previous Luigi's Mansion game.
Yeah, that's one thing about, like, even though I said like Dark Moon, Luigi's Mansion 2 didn't click with me as much. I do want to go back and give it a shot, to be honest. But there's a lot of bangers in that game. Like there's something to do with spiders or something like that. It's one of like the other unofficial like really known tunes. I want to say almost like an unofficial theme of Luigi's Mansion 2. But like, yeah, all the music, that's one thing that series has consistently. It's really good. And Luigi's Mansion 3 definitely continues that, even though maybe it's just me, but Luigi's Mansion 3 also has it has that tone of Luigi, but it's almost like Wallace and Gromit-esque. Yes. To me, at least.
It kind of does, doesn't it? And I love how it really has been able to set itself as its own distinct vibe, where it's just like, I think a Stealth K40 put it well, where it's like with like a comedy with light horror, and it's just it nails that so well.
Right, totally.
And Breadbug here mentions tune here from let's see, Deltarune. Deltarune, yes, a Dark Zone. I don't think I've heard this one before. This will be my first time hearing.
I will say this though, but I was gathering up this playlist just so we could like hear samples hear some of like the music. And man, Breadbug picked a great one because I didn't know this one like prior either. But Dark Zone is an absolute banger. It's like,
wow,
it's insanely good.
This is actually really good. Oh my gosh,
it's shockingly good. But like for Toby Fox, I was like, well, that makes sense. Toby Fox is an absolute, I mean, a great designer and like comes up with great concepts. But as far as his composing abilities as well, it's like, man, it's so good. I was very shocked by it. So like, yeah, thank you so much, Breadbug. Like that is a great answer, and I didn't ever get to hear that song before.
Yeah, no, I only played the first chapter of Deltarune, and I have yet to get into any other parts of it. But man, I know Toby Fox is an excellent composer, and but both with his work on Undertale and it looks like his work here on Deltarune, it's hard to go wrong with him. He just has like a lot of good, interesting like retro feels with the music that he does.
Yeah, and like he's just definitely like a melody smith. Like the guy can come up with. He almost did like a Mario 64 approach, where like throughout Undertale and probably Deltarune as well, came up with a few motifs and melodies, and he just used them at different speeds, like different tempos, different pitches, different like instrumentation, and he almost makes them like their own songs. Like it's just a great musical and great like gaming mind. that young man.
Sell the Badger over on Twitter, and shout out to her. She, of course, is the designer of the Kooky Questions logo and this variant Spooky Questions. She mentions the Haunted Woods from Diddy Kong Racing, which is another just fantastic piece written by David Wise. And I just love how like Diddy Kong Racing like captures like a lot of like kind of the fun side of David Wise with his style of music.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like because of like the pacing of like Diddy Kong Racing, it's like David Wise riding a spaceship over a rainbow. Like it's like David Wise is most jolly and like fast tempoed. I mean, as far as like Haunted Woods goes, it's definitely one of my absolute favorite songs. Like not even just in a spooky song category, even though it would be up high on that one, but just in general, in like Diddy Kong Racing, Haunted Woods has always been one of my favorites. It's so good. It's really good. It's and the levels aesthetic too. Every time I hear this song, I can think of like the weird whiz pig, like ghostly heads like floating towards you as you like go through the dark parts of the level. It's like just so good, absolutely fantastic. And David Wise, another doesn't do as much spooky music, but when he does it, like man, it definitely really hits.
And I will take this opportunity to say again to Nintendo and Rare, where the heck is this game on NSO? Seriously. Please
give us what we're asking for. But I mean, how many tweets and people need to tell you? I mean, at this point, I feel like they must be working on at least DK64 and or Diddy Kong Racing, because it's like every time there's an NSO update, I see someone mention it.
All right, moving on then to a little man or little Mac guy over on Twitter here. Let's see, I think we got it coming up next. The Team Fortress soundtrack, Haunted Fortress 2. Haven't played any Team Fortress, but oh my gosh, I already like the sound of this. It just has this really goofy sound to it. This campy, spooky sound.
It's funny because like when it comes to most of the soundtrack, forgive me, I don't know the name of the composer, but like the TF2 music is so good. People always say how it's like a cartoon Missions Impossible meets like The Incredibles. Like it's got like a jazziness to it, but like the spooky ones, of course. And I think it's called the Scream Fortress, I think is the name of like the spooky content in TF2. But I had friends, I've played a little bit of it, and I had friends and my brother especially my brother, has played a ton of that game. So I got to see a lot through them. And yeah, TF2 is just I gotta hand it to that franchise. Like there hasn't been anything for a minute, but like so cartoony, so hilarious, it kills me. The community is still alive and kicking, which is insane. But Valve, come on, man, you guys can do a third of some game.
Misfortune Teller as well, and it's like as a more of a a spooky carnival kind of a feel to it.
Yep, it totally is like a spooky carnival, like and like Breadbug in the chat said like, yep, Witchy World, exactly what I was gonna say. It's like comparable. Yeah, great stuff though. Like more music that I hadn't heard so much, but really good stuff. Like and like you guys have kind of showed us more than I actually expected as far as like bangers I've added to my playlist. So good stuff. Looks like my answer's next.
Yep. Mentions here just top 5 Of course, Mad Monster Mansion from Banjo-Kazooie, Creepy Castle from Donkey Kong 64, the skeleton battle that I'll play here from Grad by the Ghoulies. Grad by the Ghoulies has come up frequently. Da-da-da-da-dun. You got.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like Mad Monster Mash the game, or Mad Monster Mash, Monster Mash the game. I was gonna say.
Very much.
Pretty much.
And Grant Kirkhope loves his xylophones. He likes to put that in his music quite a bit, and it works well with the skeleton theme.
Yep, I was gonna say anything skeletal. Like Robin Beanland has a bit of that when it came to like Spinal from Killer Instinct, but like, and then I mean, getting ahead of myself, one of my favorite spooky characters, Mr. Ribs. Every time he's on screen, you get a little bit of that like xylophone, like the sort of like ribs bone-esque sound, and I love it, man. That stuff. But yeah, the skeleton battle itself is one of those, because like skeletons, they are some of my favorite baddies as well, like in general, like spooky baddies, because like they're just such swine. Like James Thomas from Rare has described them as just like, you can like watch them and like they'll like be fighting you, look across the room and notice like a pull cue and just go run over to grab it so they can just whomp you with it. Like you can, they're just such swine, and they take such glee in it, and I absolutely love them.
And the Warlock theme that I got playing here right now as well, it's again, I don't know, actually now that I think of it, it reminds me slightly of the Ivory Towers theme. From Ukulele.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. I was gonna say, it always has that like Gruntilda vibe to me, and I guess it makes sense for the Warlock. But yeah, it's like just Grant Kirkhope working his magic. It just feels, it's one of those ones that like, yes, it's spooky. It feels like mystical, almost Harry Potter-esque, but it's got that Kirkhopian style that like a lot of us love.
Yes,
absolutely love that stuff. Those are some of my favorites.
And you also mentioned Pac-Man World 2, the Haunted Boardwalk, and I understand you just played this new the new remake recently, and so this sounds cool. Yeah, so like the motif, it's one of those games like we talked about a lot with like Grant Kirkhope and other composers, especially in the 3D platformer space. But like it's one of those themes that like it's a motif and a melody that carries it, but there's a bunch of different arrangements and like variants of this theme. It's so good. It's one of those that like every time I think of like the spooky like time, I think of this theme, like that the theremin, which is in a lot of songs we've already played. It's just like that sound is super iconic with like spookiness, and like I absolutely love it. Yeah, you did mention also, Pac-Man World 2 Repack. Yes.
Yeah, I've been streaming. I actually might talk about that some more, because like I am just floored at how much passion went into that game. It's insane, Drew. Like I've been streaming it a little bit on Twitch, on my RareWarington Twitch account, but like it's I got what I wanted, a great reworked game, but like a remake. But oh my gosh, the amount of extra content, and I won't spoil or anything, so good. And these songs just for the most part are just like that much more improved, and man, just so nostalgic for me, but on its own right, such a great platformer. I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely looking into playing both of those Pac-Man World remakes there. And you also mentioned all the Death Waltz from Little Nightmares. So you want to talk a little bit about this one here?
Yeah, for sure. So like, I could gush about Little Nightmares forever. I've been streaming through that as well on my Twitch account, and like I will be streaming Little Nightmares 3 here pretty soon. I have already gone through all the first two on stream. I've actually gone through all three of them this month. And Little Nightmares 1, of course, it's like the one that, like through the whole series to the point where it's at now. And back when Tarsier Studios was doing it, who's also working on Reanimal currently, which looks fantastic, coming out first quarter of next year. But the first Little Nightmares, it was called Hunger at first, and I kind of dug the vibe. Like I said kind of prior, it's like Studio Ghibli meets like Tim Burton sort of Coraline studio like sort of vibe. Like it's just this super like odd, otherworldly, spooky but wholesome. It's just a crazy smoothie of energies and emotions, and like I really dig it. But this song in particular was from the first trailer. I saw one before when it's called Hunger, but this is the first trailer where I saw it as Little Nightmares. And this song I think still plays in the credits, but it's just such a strange but banger tune. Just definitely the aesthetic and vibe of Little Nightmares.
You also do mention the Pumpkin Hill song from Sonic Adventure 2, which is just like this kind of funky little spooky rap there, to say the least.
Yeah, it's also one of my favorites. I wasn't gonna mention it because like I noticed that I was like, is no one gonna answer Pumpkin Hill? But I think by the time it like we closed off the questions, that we had like 2 people, 3 including myself. So I was like, okay, maybe I should have included that. But it's just one where I think about it every year, and I'm like, how did I not answer it with Pumpkin Hill? Like, I listen to it every Halloween. So it's just one that like ever since the early 2000s or whenever Sonic Adventure 2 came out, I've always loved it. It's such a good one. It's so good.
And Urian Hero mentions Animal Crossing City Folks Halloween theme. Let me pull that up here. Okay, City Folk. Yep. And
yeah, and I played a little bit of City Folk back in the day on the Wii as well, and I didn't remember this one. Once I heard it, I was like, huh, I wonder if I don't remember if I ever went to a Halloween event in that, but like it's very Animal Crossing. It's like it's cutesy, but it's spooky. It's definitely perfect for Halloween.
It is, and I'm thinking of. I still need to get into an Animal Crossing game. There definitely will be one coming for Switch 2, and I guess we'll see future holiday and Halloween events over in those games there. Gab Ocarina is a great YouTuber there. Plays music and such. Correct there, Sam?
Yeah, Gabe Ocarina is an old friend of mine. I think he might be coming back to streaming too, but if you haven't seen his YouTube channel, Gabe Ocarina 96, go check him out. Because, yeah, Gabe is really talented. He's a great guy, great friend. But no surprise to me at all that his first answer is also Mad Monster Mansion. Another tally mark on the Mad Monster Mansion board. But World Bowser,
yes.
When he said it, I was like, is that Halloween like? I was like, oh, I remember it being like a casino. But then you go and listen to it with the lens of, it totally works. When you go and listen to it with the lens of like, okay, that maybe honestly, it's a Halloween song. It totally works.
The reveal of World Bowser, World 8, and Mario 3D World is honestly one of the coolest little surprises I've seen in a video game. We're in World 7. You beat what's the typical final, what you think is the final like lava type world, and then you go up this pipe, and this world appears, and this theme plays, and it's like, oh my gosh, that is something completely new, different, and surprising all at the same time.
Almost felt like a Wario finale almost.
Yes.
Or like just like the flashy like almost casino vibes. Like I really love it. As soon as he included it, I'm like, dang, you know what, that fits perfectly in with the Halloween playlist.
Absolutely. He also mentions Dracula's Castle from I forgot what that's abbreviation is for.
Symphony of the Night.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Symphony of the Night is I've only played a bit of Symphony of the Night. I've never played any other Castlevania. I played one that wasn't very good. That was like a 3D Castlevania, which I only played the beginning section. It wasn't very good. But the only one that I played like a decent amount of time of was Symphony of the Night. Definitely some good music. I didn't actually know Dracula's Castle theme until like he sent it. Like I did not recall, but like it's good stuff, man. Castlevania has, like I said, it fits that like, it's, how do I say it? It has these intricate like riffs, almost like a metal band, but at the same time, it's got that Transylvania vibe to it, sort of like, like Dracula's Castle. Just really good stuff. They got good music throughout the series.
Yeah, that's definitely something you could say easily about the Castlevania series in general. We have the Pumpkin Usurper mentioning Demon's Crest Beyond the Coliseum. I've only played a little bit of that in NSO, but like, so I haven't. I think this is like supposed to be like a spin-off of the Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins series.
Oh, is it?
I believe that's what it is, kind of, because it's a similar kind of characters and sprite, and it's also by Capcom. So I think it's kind of supposed to be in that same world, but you end up playing as like the demon that usually hunts after Arthur in the Ghosts and Goblins series.
Oh, wow! I didn't know that. I actually didn't know there was a connection between the two. That's really cool. Shoot,
this is actually
probably worth a shot.
Cool.
Actually, I'll have to check it out on NSO.
Yeah, I mean, this is
again I will mention briefly like. Yeah, no, it's really good. I was gonna say I will mention briefly like is it Ghouls and Goblins? I think.
Oh yes, I
Is that
can't
what it's
believe.
called? Ghouls and Goblins?
Ghost. Yeah, I know. That. Are you talking about that theme, the classic theme?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that one a lot too.
Huh. It's like reminiscent. Yeah, it's really good. Again, thank you guys, because like some of these tunes I haven't actually heard until today.
And Chris Bodka here mentions,
But yeah,
of course,
definitely one of the.
Go ahead.
I would say definitely one of the series that like I don't know why I didn't think of. Definitely be perfect for Halloween. But yeah, you can go ahead and read. You want me to read Chris's answer, or do you want?
Go ahead.
I will say, we have yet another tally mark loaded up on the board of Mad Monster Mansion being the absolute victor of the point system as far as votes for answers this year. But yeah, Mad Monster Mansion absolutely goated, much like Chris's taste in music. And then he actually does mention Final Fantasy stuff, which I guess he said for him personally, he associates with the season as well, even if they aren't strictly Halloween songs. But you know what? Although the overworld theme, I wouldn't consider it a Halloween song. I could understand connecting certain songs with like times of years. Going back to David Wise, again, a lot of the Diddy Kong Racing soundtrack I associate with Christmas. So like, I think if it has that vibe, it works. So I went ahead and put One Winged Angel in there because
yes,
I'll tell you what, One Winged Angel is a pretty spooky, like elaborate tune. It's very, it's very like almost like how do you say like a chapel type tune. Like it's very, very intricate tunes.
Turtlebits also mentions.
I will say, Breadbug in the chat did say. Oh, go ahead.
But yeah, Breadbug also mentions that your audience has a lot of Banjo-Kazooie fans. Just a hunch. Yeah, that would be the Kooky Crew.
You might be onto something. Yeah, you might be onto something there. But yeah, I feel like we had a couple creepy castles, but I feel like it's like a landslide for Mad Monster Mansion this year.
And talking about One
Winged Angel is like a classic too.
It is, and I have to say as well. I mean, like since Final Fantasy VII came out, yes, there've been remixes of these tunes, and like with like live instruments and everything else. But even back in the original game, I just felt like just the sound of the music and the mix there and the vocals, it just sounds still so good to this day. Just the original mix of it.
No, I totally agree. In fact, I had a pondering of that when I was gathering the playlist. I was like, the first time I heard it, and the one that hits in my head is like from Kingdom Hearts 2. But I went back and listened to the original. I'm like, I have to include the original. Because like it just has like so many other pieces of like prior to remakes and such and other versions. It has that sort of simplicity to it. But like I said, it's a very intricate like song. Like it's a very complex composition. And pretty impressive back then, compressed the way it is. Like it's aged pretty well, man. Sounds great.
It really has. Cayman Pumpkins mentions the Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time, which we'll get going here. Man, it is just, gosh, immediately from the moment you step in. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's almost like one of those tunes that like you can almost feel yourself get transported. Like it's like, especially when it's like alongside the game and the gameplay, the aesthetic of the Forest Temple. But it's one of those tunes like going back and playing it. Obviously, nostalgia plays a part, but like even without that, it's one of those tunes that just like if you like close your eyes and listen to it, it puts you in the space of like like kind of the way that the Forest Temple is. I got to be honest with you, Shadow Temple is spooky, and we've mentioned a lot of like Zelda content. But the Forest Temple itself, I mean, there are spirits throughout it. It feels very otherworldly and like Twilight Zone-esque, like mysterious. The way the corridors sort of twist, and like the way that it's like haunted by pose. The different puzzles, the what are they called? The wall masters or the floor masters?
The wall masters.
Oh, just so much stuff. Yeah, as soon as I hear the song, it's like it just brings me back. And man, it's just so good on its own right. It's like, man, a great inclusion. Not something I would think of off the top of my head for Halloween, but like it fits, and it's so spooky and one of the best tunes from that game, man. Definitely a favorite of mine personally.
Koji Kondo over and over again in Ocarina of Time just showed himself just a master of the atmospheric track. Both from this one, things like the the water temple, the shadow temple. Just like he had such a way of just
Oh yeah.
like not necessarily like not so much like melody focus, it's just like atmosphere focus, but he absolutely nailed the atmosphere of the Forest Temple itself. Red Dragon Daker mentions here this game YS9 Monstrum. I don't know what that game is. I'm going to play this music and see what it sounds like.
What's weird is E's or Y's or whatever it is, YS, people are going to probably massacre us. I'm so sorry. But we've got an answer in past Kooky Questions of the same game. So, like, I'm assuming the music is pretty darn good. I heard some of it earlier, but I mean, it sounds good. Sounds pretty great.
It has like a little bit of a waltzy sound, like a spooky waltzy kind of sound to it. And yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's really good. And I think as far as like, I mean, what was it called? Crimson Night. As far as that game, I'm trying to remember when we got another answer. I was going to say, I wonder if it has a lot of spooky aspects, because I think as far as that game goes in our past answers, I think it was for Halloween last year. But yeah, really good composition. I really dig it.
I'm really liking it a lot too. And let's see, I skipped ahead a bit, but Mo the King mentions here from the YouTube comments, one of my favorites is Banshee Boardwalk in Mario Kart 64, and yes, that one is actually quite spooky, like surprisingly creepy sounding for a friendly Mario Kart game.
I know a lot of the Mario ones, it's like sort of like a cacophonic. I don't want to say unpleasant, but you know what? It's almost to where like the arrangement is like it is cacophonic. It's supposed to put you sort of like off, like not let you be at ease. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not as though it sounds bad, but it's effective in the way that it makes you almost uneasy. Like it's a really effective, good track. It's been a long time since I heard that. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, wow, yeah, it is off-putting.
Yes, and it's kind of funny, like, again, like, in general, the Mario Kart 64 soundtrack goes hard with, like, all the vibes that it's trying to meet.
Totally.
And mentions also Hang Castle in Sonic Hero. It's been a long time since I played that game, and just gonna let it go here. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, last year, when we did Spooky Questions last year, yeah, it is. And I think that's the whole setting, like, when we did Spooky Questions last year, we asked what were people's favorite worlds or levels, like spooky levels or worlds, and otherwise, not spooky games. And a lot of people, actually, a couple people said Hang Castle. So yeah, I haven't played all of Sonic Heroes, but yeah, from what I did play a long time ago, it was really good. Breadbug does say in the chat, I do like Mystic Mansion 2, basically Act 2 for Hang Castle.
Huh.
Which, Mystic Mansion I've heard mentioned too.
Oh, yes.
I was one of those people. Oh,
nice. And also, he mentioned the Ghost Valley theme from SNES. Yeah, it kind of bases itself off of the Ghost House theme in Super Mario World. It like kind of goes off of it a little bit there.
Oh yeah, is that the like? Burn, 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 burn.
Yeah, exactly.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I think like as far as the vibe of it, it's totally like Boo Mansion, like, but it's still got, like I said to that prior. I feel like a lot of the Mario spooky stuff, it has like that like almost cacophonic melody. It's like that like sort of tense sounding stuff just to put you off. Like I feel like it's like a really good, like definitely unique to Mario spooky music. I definitely like that.
All right, actually,
and he also did say too, Luigi, another tally also for Luigi's Mansion theme, which makes sense because there's quite a few of the Luigi's Mansion answers in there.
Oh, and Breadbug mentioned
Breadbug in the chat said,
"Yep."
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember what that song sounds like, but
hang on, I might
spooky song in the series for how atmospheric it is.
I'm going to see if I can just pull it up.
Oh yeah, that does sort of fit. That's as far as like I'm trying to think. Like as far as the whole series, there's a few, especially like Boo Cinema, new one that's really good.
Oh yeah, it's already like.
And they also.
Oh yeah, I totally get it.
It's almost like you said before, almost like what's it called? Like what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's like old cartoon, like almost like Cuphead sounding for the Boost Cinema, but it still's got that spookiness. But yeah, the Bowser's Castle one, that's actually a really good point. I didn't even think about that, but that really fits a spooky vibe.
Oh, and a couple more from
Of all the,
Go ahead.
I would say of all the Bowser's themes, because a lot of them are like very metal, this one, it's definitely more spooky.
Yes, and Kess over on the Discord server, I think it's like the rare Discord server, right?
Yep, Randoverse Discord server. He went ahead and answered and said, another vote for Pumpkin Hill. Yay! You know me fighting Freak Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill.
Yep.
Good. That's one of my favorites, dude. I just had to make sure it got included.
Yes, and also
like I said, a few people answered with that.
Another mention from Milo, the title screen from "Grabbed by the Ghoulies." That is a great song. It really is. Fantastic.
Yep. Simple, effective, Scooby-Doo, Addams Family-esque. Just, it's great. Rare nailed it with that. I loved it.
And what?
Oh, and Breadbug.
We have gone through like a So go ahead and read a Breadbug's chat there.
He said basically every spooky track in CTGP, the custom track mod in Mario Kart Wii, would always use the Mario 64 Bowser's Castle theme for like placement of spooky like modded tracks. Oh, cool. Hey, Matthew, thanks for joining. We got Matthew in the chat as well.
Joining us from Auckland, New Zealand.
My first time watching live stream on this. Yeah, he's from almost down under. Sorry, I don't know if New Zealand. What do you guys call yourself? Kiwis? I don't know if Kiwis say down under. But yeah, thanks for joining, man. And as far as like Drew was saying, I think now we've come to like the end of our song answers. So like, I don't know if we have any other to play, but I do know on that playlist there's like, I think we had 33 songs, and like we didn't even get all the songs on there. But I want to thank you guys so much, because like that was the biggest response as far as like the questions go. Like people had a lot of spooky songs, and like I got introduced to a lot of new ones, man. I really dig it. I really dig that stuff. And like if you're coming in the chat right now, you could go ahead and share some of your like spooky songs or whatever your spooky or favorite spooky song from a game is.
And we can pull them up and play them pretty quick.
I guess we'll go on to the.
So I'm going to go ahead and play the
I guess we can go
the theme, and we can move on to the next one if you'll go ahead and read off the next question there.
Sounds good. So continuing our spooky questions, we asked, what are your favorite spooky enemies, bosses, or characters from a game? So basically any spooky NPCs, playable characters, or enemies from a game. And I didn't actually answer this one, but I will say off the bat, for me, and I have some kind of picture prompts, for favorite spooky enemy off the top of my head, it would have to be the one that scared me the most, the mannequins. For lack of a better word, I think they're called the mannequins. It doesn't kind of explain what the lore is, because it's insane. But from Little Nightmares 2, the mannequins in the hospital section are terrifying. And as for me, it's got to be in my top moments of being scared by media, but probably my top moment of being scared by a game, like just really insane stuff. I do want to mention Majora's Incarnation. Majora has a ton of almost demonic, Drew, like otherworldly, just this, I don't know what you'd call it, just a dark entity, I suppose. But like he has a lot of forms that are just so disturbing and uncanny. But the incarnation, was it Incarnation? Yeah, Majora's Incarnation. Like it's just so spooky. And they actually played the theme of it for the 3DS Majora's Mask remake. And I feel like it just fits the uncanny, just sort of lopsided warp vibe that kind of comes with the darkness of Majora's Mask there. But really good stuff. Oh, and yeah. There's a lot of other enemies I could mention in Zelda, but for me, I don't even know the name of it. It's like I have a thing with being grabbed by enemies. Whatever the thing was in the Shadow Temple that grabbed you, like it had its hands come out of the floor. I don't know if anyone knows the name of that, but that's one of the ones I can never can't get out of my head.
I can't think of it either for some reason, but like I've always found that so disturbing because like, you know, it's like it already looks all like bloodstained, and then like when you actually defeat it, it's like its neck like rotates like halfway around its head and it falls down to the ground like all twitching and stuff. Like that's traumatizing a generation of children.
Yeah, actually though, because I remember being like, oh, the Shadow Temple is pretty dark and spooky. And like back then we were on a website, I think it still exists, called Zelda Universe, looking at some pictures. And prior to me, when I first got that's when I learned the names of it, which again, the name escapes me. But when I first got to Ocarina of Time, or the Shadow Temple rather, there was no, as far as I knew, there was no internet way of like seeing what was coming. So it was already a spooky temple. And like, what's his name? Is it Bongo Bongo is the name of the boss, I think?
Yes, in the Shadow Temple.
Something like that. But he's very spooky himself, but like whatever that enemy NPC was like grabs you and stuff. It just felt like it came out of nowhere. He kind of has stub arms when he comes at you. Like the animation is just it feels like Japanese horror. It's just so uncanny and uncomfy. But the last I will mention, because it's just my first spooky character that was a favorite from my childhood. I already mentioned Mr. Ribs from Crab at the Ghoulies. I absolutely love Mr. Ribs, but from my childhood, it's got to be King Boo himself, which has had a massive glow up when it comes to like Luigi's Mansion 3. Like, I gotta love King Boo.
Oh yeah, and King Boo is a great character.
And like,
as
I don't
well.
know.
Matthew also mentions the Skulltulas, the spider enemies from The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, my
Oh,
number
yeah.
one favorite Zelda game of all time. The Skulltulas actually are really cool in that game, and like the whole like puzzle mechanic where you have to actually have to figure out how to flip them over, and then like stab them that way. They can make some really good puzzles out of that from the combat. So yeah, good answer there.
Yeah, totally. And he also was mentioning, I don't know if you read that, but Genova's theme from Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
Which, yeah, Final Fantasy VII, I guess, like, I didn't even consider it. We've got a few answers from Final Fantasy VII for creepy music. Like, yeah, good stuff. But I think, yeah, as far as characters go, off the top of my head, that's probably the gist for me. Like Majora in general, probably number one. But like, yeah, even King Boo gets super spooky. Like, if you ever played Luigi Mansion, which is now, we'll mention again, is on NSO, go play it. But
Yes.
The boss battle, without spoiling anything, is like the creepiest elements of that game almost. Like, just him possessing a body. And I don't know how much. Do we really need to worry about spoilers of the end of Luigi's Mansion? I don't know.
But yeah, I would say like we can leave the very end for people to find out. But yeah, King Boo is a big part of that game, of the entire series. It's kind of funny, this answer here by I think it's Meryl Sleep. It's just a picture of Chris Seaver from Rare.
Yeah. Spooky character, so I said something like Seaver is a spooky character.
And it's kind of interesting when you think about the fact that, like, you know, he was the lead designer of Conker's Bad Fur Day, and of course Conker's Bad Fur Day has the spooky chapter, you know, which is intensely spooky throughout.
Oh yeah, I think someone actually even answered with like the zombies from Conker.
Yes.
But yeah, last year also with spooky areas, a lot of people answered with that. Like, yeah, no, he does a good job. He does a good job with that. And even in the Live and Reloaded remake, having like these like animated porcelain dolls, and like, excuse me, like Drew brought up the zombies, like just good stuff. Creepy, but good stuff.
And Kevin, a great Banjo-Kazooie fan there over on our Discord server and everywhere else on Twitter and such, just a picture of Mad Jack from Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, such a good answer too. Like I told him something like, I almost picked that one as well. Because just in Creepy Castle, you have King K Cutout, which is more so ridiculous than anything. Like his little like, wah wah wah, like all over the boss stage.
It's like they ran out of budget. They ran out of budget for the boss. They ran out of budget in the K. Rool fund for proper bosses, so they had to just cut out a cutout, I guess. So.
And it's actually a pretty good boss fight, but like as far as Mad Jack, like yeah, man, he's already one of my favorite bosses and favorite character designs, but like he's tense and he gets kind of spooky. He's kind of a spooky guy, especially when he turns invisible, and you kind of have to be on your game, kind of knowing where he's at and listen for the laser charge up and like just know his placement so he doesn't like electrocute you. Just it really good character and good boss fight, man.
It really is, and I thought, oh gosh, Grant Kirkhope was showing some of his old sound files a little bit ago, and he still like he accidentally played like the Mad Jack laugh while he was like browsing through them. He's like, oh nope, not that one, Mad Jack. And it's kind of cool to think that he still has a lot of that old stuff still around. And next answer here is from Gothic.
I do want to say though.
Oh, go ahead.
I do want to say a funny coincidence. Our last answer being Chris Seavor, and then the next answer being Mad Jack. Chris Seavor actually voiced Mad Jack in DK64. So that's pretty great. Anyway, moving on.
Gothic Teddy Bear, amazing DK fan. And he mentions here that gonna have to say the zombified king jingling. It scared me like crazy as a kid.
Okay.
I was too afraid to go inside and read the witty lines he had to say. I was afraid he would leave the palace and start following you around Isle of Hags. So yeah.
I mean, I it's funny. I think I've heard Gothic talk about this before, but like, yeah, because does he follow you? Does he actually? There's one thing I didn't remember. When you are in that palace when he's zombified, does he follow you in there? Because I know you can get hurt, but I can't remember if he actually.
I think it comes after
follows you or not.
If you close enough,
something I have to test.
He actually starts coming close to you, but it's kind of funny like when he starts like talking and stuff. He talks about the bosses almost as if like he's like chums with them, and like he's spilling out his deep dark secrets in a way.
Yeah, actually, the dialogue that kind of like it's almost like he auto as like brainless. I guess it's one of those things where like I mean I do remember as a kid like with the variant that plays around it too. Like if you just stay in there enough, it's like yeah, it's very uncanny, kind of creepy.
Hang on a sec. I think I'm gonna go ahead.
Play this variant?
Yeah, just a second.
It's been so long since I've heard it too, but like, and another one, inadvertently, another Kirkhope tune that has a little bit of that like spooky vibe to it. But like, yeah, I remember, because I think the one comedic thing about that room, I will say, I remember like if you walk up to his little pet, it's just completely vaporized, like a little pile of ash
it's just
with
a
like
couple of
blinking
like
eyeballs.
Yep, that's all it is. Then I'm just playing the in the hall. It just says in the hall of the Zombie King is what it's titled. So yep.
That's actually fantastic.
Yes.
That's like in the hall of the Mountain King reference. That's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great answer and like makes sense coming from Gothic. If you guys haven't seen his channel, Donkey Kong Freedom, he does a lot of like Donkey Kong fan work and like big Rare fan. Totally makes sense and great answer, man.
And Aiden over on Twitter mentions top 4, the teacher from Little Nightmares 2, Boulder Guys from Super Mario Galaxy, the SAX from Metroid Fusion, and the Zombie Squirrels, which we talked about just a bit ago there.
Yeah, Zombie Squirrels are fantastic. And then Boulder Geist, however you say his name.
Boulder Geist, yep.
I think, isn't he from that world? Isn't he from the Ghost, what's it called? Ghostly Galaxy, is it?
Yes.
I believe so, but like, yeah, that's something I didn't think about earlier, and that's such a good one. I will say, for Aiden, a buddy of ours in the Discord, and if you guys want to join the Discord, I think we do have a link in the description, the Kooky Crew Discord. But the teacher makes total sense. I knew that was his favorite monster from the Little Nightmares series, and like, you know what? It's effective. I hate it. I hate the teacher. Like not in a way where it's like, oh, that's poorly designed. Like it's effective. It's thoroughly effective. But like having just played through Little Nightmares 2, it's like having the feeling of like someone that's like just peering over your shoulder at all times. Like kind of, I guess a lot of kids got that fear going to school as a child. But she has that feeling tenfold, and just the ability to like stretch her neck out and she's so uncanny and so creepy, but great answer. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, and another mention again from Super Josh XD. I sorry, cut him off a bit at the top there, but he mentions the Dupless from the Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Oh, there he is.
Yes, and
like I said earlier, I love his design. And it's so funny looking. He looks menacing, but he kind of looks cute. He looks like a little trick or treater almost.
He does. And he's spooky because he takes your name, your body, your friends, and wanted to wipe you out of existence. That does sound kind of terrifying, really. I need to
That is pretty
replay.
crazy.
I need to replay A Thousand Year Door, but maybe the remakes one of these days. But yeah, they've got a great game there and a great character in that game.
I'm gonna say when you word it like that too, Josh, it's like, yeah, that's pretty that's pretty spooky. Like, does he actually want to wipe Mario out of existence? Replace him? Like, that's incredible. He wants to replace Mario?
Yeah, he like basically tries to take his place. Breadbug here mentions the Smoky Prog and the Water Wraith from Pikmin 1 and 2 respectively. And yes, both of these encounters in the Pikmin series are pretty terrifying, actually.
See, I have a friend that really, really likes like Water Wraith. And like Smoky Prog, I don't know much about. I know it's even whatever the lore is supposedly spooky, but I don't really know much about it. I've heard Smoky Prog mentioned too. Like, I don't know the lore of it, but it definitely looks spooky.
Oh yes, it's like it just has a spooky feel in general. Like when the smoky, because it hatches out of an egg, and like it just like crawls with this red trail behind it, and it's just both of these encounters are like pretty intense ones in their respective series. And let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, Breadbug mentions
Do you know what? So Breadbug explained.
It is the Smoky Prog.
It's a malformed baby from another enemy.
Yes, the Mamuta. That's right. I remember reading that in the Piccolopedia notes there.
That's terrifying.
Yes.
Well, that's thanks, Nintendo.
And that's interesting is that when you encounter the Smoky Prog in Pikmin 1, it's purely optional. It's just a big egg you see in one of the levels, and your curiosity, of course, gets the best of you. But then you crack it open, and that's what's inside is a Smoky Prog, and it's powerful and it's very hard to kill. And like you get a pretty nice little reward for killing it, but like it's very difficult and very deadly, and it makes you think twice about what you've done, cracking it open and unleashing it in the first place.
I bet though. Yikes. I will say Little Man's answers are very on brand. There's more TF2. So for spooky characters or spooky enemies, Little Man says the horseless headless horseman from Team Fortress 2, which I guess it's the horseless headless horseman. I don't actually know what that is, but it's funny because like my brother always mentioned like there was also a what was it? It was the Scream Fortress, I think it was called. That apparently is really good, and there was like a wave game that was kind of spooky also with like the is like man versus machine, but like the Scream Fortress is like yes spooky, but like it's still Team Fortress 2. So there's so much like either lowbrow or like clever humor. And I don't know what that is either, but sounds very TF2 like. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And then Miramis from Team Fortress 2, which I heard music associated with it, which is basically the theme we played earlier. But yeah, I don't know much about that as far as TF2 goes. Coach from Left 4 Dead. That's a pretty good inclusion. If anyone who's played Left 4 Dead, that was an old favorite of mine. Left 4 Dead 2 especially. But Left 4 Dead 1, like Coach, pretty good character. One of the only like super morally right characters. However, if we're talking fave spooky games, and I will say this to whoever's in the chat, you guys can definitely favorite spooky songs like Matthew or others have done, or your favorite spooky games. But he says for favorite spooky games, Repo, or I guess Lethal Company, which I do know Lethal Company a little bit, not quite so well, but I know it's one of the newer like spooky games. Repo is a spooky game, but have you ever seen any gameplay of Repo, Drew?
No, I don't think so.
Hilarious. Huh. Like, so they have a lot of, it's like the new indie game Peak, where they have a lot of like uses of proximity chat.
Oh, okay.
But you're just these absolute, the Repo Men or whatever they're called, just such goofy characters, and like they can kind of shrink down when they're like in stealth. So like I'll have to show you some point here, or I'll just send you one after stream, where like some videos, if you guys haven't seen, of Repo, hilarious situations you get in. Phasmophobia, definitely a good spooky game. Definitely spooky. Five Nights at Freddy's, which, yep, that's a very known one. They're doing a movie now, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Dark Wood, I don't know. Dark Wood, huh? Not familiar with Dark Wood. But Yakuza Dead Souls, I don't care. It's a zombie game, so it equals spooky. Yeah, it's like a Yakuza DLC that has like, it's sort of like Red Dead Redemption. I think it was, what was it called? Undead Redemption, Undead Nightmares or something like that. But it's like that, where it's like just extra story, not really canon, but just to include zombies in a mostly like farce comical way. Which, yep, that's Yakuza.
And I did want to mention as well, like he did mention Five Nights at Freddy's, and right now I'm playing the ambience theme from the first game, and man, that is a very spooky, creepy song, and it sets the mood so well for just the feeling of playing that game, and which is just a spooky classic. I haven't played much of. I've really only played the first game, but that one is definitely an experience, and it's a reason why it became a phenomenon from that.
Absolutely. And like the music from the movie, the main theme of the movie, that one is probably my favorite thus far. Like there's a lot of good music that comes out from the games too, and a lot of it, like you said, I think the one is called ambience. There's a lot of ambient tone setting tunes. But yeah, like the main theme of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie is like such great work. I forget the name of the brothers who composed it, who have done other work as well in the horror genre, but really good stuff. Surprisingly, really, really good. And yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, Drew, if you guys check out his channel, the Drew Stalgic channel, where we originally started our collaboration on, he does a lot of my favorite content from you, Drew, is like the voice work. And like my brother and I have always dabbled. I'm actually recording a video for somebody else, a friend of ours, Josh XD001, for Halloween. But I dabble in voice work, but like Drew especially does. Like, if you haven't seen any of that, check out his channel. He's got a lot of good stuff there. But like, yeah, in Five Nights at Freddy's, as far as sister location, when like Scott Cawthorn really wanted to start like cementing lore and like dialogue, some great voice work, just like incredible, spooky, like good voice work, like incredible voice work, Drew. Like, yeah, I'll have to show you some of that sometimes. I know you appreciate the voice work, but what's the name of the Brud in sister location? I can't remember the name. Something Circus Baby. Circus Baby is the name of the animatronic, and like just unsettling dialogue. It's almost like you're realizing a robot that's like half sentient. It's just definitely creepy stuff, but good stuff.
All right, and so I'll have to check that out. That sounds interesting. You'll have to explain this image from Cell the Badger, which is like this spooky looking ghost thing, and what game that is from.
Oh, it's such a good answer, Drew. Have you not played Hat in Time?
I have not yet. I want to. I just haven't yet.
Oh, you would love it. You would absolutely love it. Anyone that likes platformers in the chat, play Hat in Time. But that is Snatcher, who is voiced by Youngtown, a YouTube, or he used to be on YouTube. He does music, and he used to collaborate with PBG, Peanut Butter Gamer, a lot on YouTube, and did some like game content. But the voice work, the music, like Snatcher is so good. And like you could look up any of Snatcher's themes. He's got a couple in the game, but he's in the Subcon Forest, and it's the creepy section of I almost said Little Nightmares, A Hat in Time. And oh my gosh, once you learn about the character, I don't want to give away anything for those who haven't played, but he's so lovable. He's my favorite character in the whole series or the whole game. And all of Hat in Time, Snatcher is my favorite by far. But he has like lore that I won't give away. But like as far as his character work, it's excellent. And he's a great character. I actually absolutely love him. He's called Snatcher because he like snatches souls. But I won't dwell too much into detail.
Okay.
But yeah, he's just so good. Great music, great atmosphere, great character.
And Breadbug mentions he bought it on sale, but hasn't played it yet. Just supposed to buy games when they're on sale for your backlog and not actually play them. I think I've done that as well. Just there's a spoken like 75% of Steam. Yes. Matthew mentions as well the B3313 Internal Plexus, one of my favorite spooky Mario horror games, and it's based on the beta version of the Super Mario 64 game. I might have to check it out and see what that is.
Oh yeah, I've seen that too. I don't know if you've posted that, Matthew, in any of the servers or Jiggy Lookback server, friend of ours. But yeah, I've seen that. I've heard of that. But yeah, I gotta check that out.
Sam and Mr. Cheese.
And I think a lot of that is like the.
Sorry, go ahead.
I thought you said my name. Sorry.
Oh, the next person is Sam and Mr. Cheese.
I was just gonna say a lot of that. Yeah. Go ahead, Drew.
No, I apologize. You finish your thought there.
I was just saying, like, a lot of that, like, those games are like based on, like, it's almost like creepypasta vibes. Like, they're based on like early assets in games, and like it just has that uncanniness, like kind of like the Ben. If you guys know creepypastas, like the Ben Drowned, like the Elegy of Emptiness, I think it's called, from Majora's Mask. Just like some really creepy vibes for sure.
And Matthew mentioned, I think I posted some gaming video pictures of the B3313 game in Jiggy Lookback's Discord in September 2024. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I'll have to, I really do need to look this up.
Yeah. That makes sense.
This next post here mentions that I can think of scary enemies that stuck with me. Swell Billy from Banjo-Tooie and Boo from Sonic Adventure 2. And the reasons it took me years to get past Jolly Roger's Lagoon, Pumpkin Hill, and 8 Quarters. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a funny story about Swell Bellies. That I remember seeing him, of course. Oh yeah, that was just a common enemy, and they suddenly just expanded. It's kind of freaky how they just like really quickly get you there.
And they look a lot like are they called puffers? Like, I can't remember what they're called. If it's Puff Toss or what it's called, but like I think one of the bosses was called that. But they look reminiscent of the Donkey Kong 64 Donkey Kong Country pufferfish as well. Like, being rare, it makes sense. And yeah, the Boo from Sonic Adventure 2, where they just kind of pop up at you. That's such a good one, and actually one that I would have mentioned. King Boom Boo, which is like the main guy with he's got a big multicolored tongue. It looks like almost like oil or gasoline in a puddle in a parking lot, but he's got that multicolored tongue, and just a big boss you fight as Knuckles in Sonic Adventure 2, King Boom Boo. Just like the Boos here, very similar in design, but yeah, super creepy. And I do really dig the design though.
I very much dig it as well there, and I think I played Sonic Adventure. Yeah, I played Sonic Adventure 2 quite a while back there with those boss fights. Some good boss fights there. Moving on to our next one here. That is going to be into some of our Blue Sky answers. Pistachio mentions Cackle from Donkey Kong Country 2. And yeah, that is a great answer from that game.
Oh, it's a super good answer. I actually almost feel guilty just because it's me for not including any Donkey Kong. I got Creepy Castle in there, but like, as far as like the enemy NPCs go, I almost included, I just names like, you probably know, Drew. I think they're both in Creepy Castle and in Fungi Forest, but the Kremlings that just have the cheap bed sheet with like patches in it that just kind of like, oh, like they come after you just wearing a ghostly bed sheet. Like, those have been always my favorites. But also the skeletal Kremlings that now are kind of reminiscent of Crocoids, the ones from Gloomy Galleon. Great stuff. I should have like included that. But Cackle from Thies is like such a great answer, and one I didn't even think of. Cackle is one of the best when he's chasing you on the minecart. So good. It's one of those moments that it's kind of, I don't know if it's called Cackle in DQ64, I don't think, but it's reminiscent of that as well. Like the ghostly Kremling skeletal figure that's just like making you keep on your toes during the minecart sections, man. Definitely a good answer, man. And like it's just like he keeps getting closer and closer to you. Like the more your timer goes, and just that laugh he does, like when he actually catches you, it just sticks with you there. The bog monster.
Bog monster.
Red bug
stuff.
Monster. Like, yeah, no one mentioned the bog monster, but I will say that I think we had. I think Breadbug was probably at our Kooky Crew watch party that we had in the Discord. One of the two that we had, but yeah, it's one of my favorite episodes, Bugabooey from the Donkey Kong Country series, and it has a song about describing the bog monster, which is an absolute banger. There's even an instrumental version on YouTube that just reminds me of Grant Kirkhope like music. It's yeah, the bog monster is a thing of iconography. Thank you so much, Breadbug, for your service.
Yes, of course.
That's great.
Mummy Kong mentions
monster.
But yes, Mummy Kong mentions, I don't know if my answer isn't too late, but Matt Helms from No More Heroes 2, just for his disturbing backstory. I thought about looking it up, but like I don't know the context of that at all there. I don't know what the disturbing backstory is, or pretty much anything about No More Heroes.
Yeah, No More Heroes, it's very comic-esque. Like, I can't remember the name of the lead designer, but it's only he could do it. It's one of those type of things, but like, it's got a lot of humor. It's got a lot of like crazy lore. I also can't say, I haven't even heard the name Matt Helms, so I can't say for that, but I will take your word for it. But No More Heroes is, especially No More Heroes 2, I've heard a lot of good things about it. Suda 51 doesn't ring a bell.
No, that's not ringing a bell to me either there. Hold on one second. Just, you know what's kind of funny? It just kind of came up automatically in the playlist. I just had the Cackles theme playing a second ago, and what's playing now is Fear Factory, which is kind of fits into that spooky theme vibe, doesn't it?
Excellent. It actually does. Like, that's also Mad Jack. Like, Mad Jack's theme, which was someone's character pick earlier, is like a variant of that. Totally fits. It's totally perfect. I guess Chris Bodker's answer is next then, which has another really good rare boss. And like, you know what? He's like, and this is some more post in Discord, the Kooky Crew Discord. And if, like, again, it'll be in the link in the description, or you could check on our channel. The Kooky Crew Discord is like where we pull a lot of these answers. We have a lot of collaborations over there. Just a cool, chill place if you want to come by and follow the content and chat with some like-minded folks. But with Chris, that makes total sense. And I will say, Chris, do totally include I almost said, why I keep going back to Little Nightmares. I do consider Mr. Patch a Halloween-esque character, all of Witchy World, as Drew said and as Breadbug said earlier, is definitely got that vibe of like an abandoned, barely running, like questionable staff, creepy, haunted sort of theme park there. And yeah, that's a great answer. Mr. Patch is one of my favorites. Even the theme song is like, it has like a little bit of, I guess it's just a variant also of Witchy World, but it has that creepy factor in there as well, for sure.
And it mentions even like Gruntilda herself, of course. Like, and yeah, Gruntilda herself is like, has kept with the spooky theming, and like it's kind of interesting where like the first game she's a witch, the second game she's a skeleton, the third game she's a cyborg. She always has like different variations of like a spooky element to her character.
Oh yeah, and like, I mean, like you said, she even gets like a total skeletal form. I think. I don't remember really what she's considered nuts and bolts for. It's like just the skeleton head and like a cyborg. I think you mentioned, like, yeah. And then he did also mention, like, the second person to say King Boo.
Yes.
The classic King Boo.
Yeah, King Boo is a great character.
Answers, man.
Excellent answers. We're absolutely loving this. We're getting pretty close to the end of this. We just appreciate so much the community willing to respond to our questions and like provide us answers to discuss. This series does not exist without you chiming in. So we can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah, and like we were saying originally, we do apologize for the small delay, like, and also today we had a plan for like having us on camera and stuff, but we made it work out, and we do plan to bring back more Kooky Questions. And like Drew said, we are nothing but appreciative of you guys interacting, joining the stream, checking the VOD, like interacting with the questions, and like, yeah, we hope we can get more out there soon. And we do plan not to have as long of a hiatus. We like to sprinkle some Kooky Questions every so often, and I think we'll do one actually around Christmas time here coming up.
Yes, looking forward to that one as well. We'll do another Christmas questions there. And moving on to, I think it's going to be one of the last ones here. Fernando mentions Medusa Head from Dementium the Ward. The enemy scared the S out of me. I almost dropped my Nintendo DS. Bongo Bongo, the entire Shadow Temple. I can name many experiences that was really scary when I was younger. Even Mad Monster Mansion from Banjo-Kazooie was terrifying to me. I was a frightened kid. Yeah, they really had the spooky stuff in those old games.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, the Shadow Temple, the entirety of the Shadow Temple, great. And Bongo Bongo, yeah, Bongo Bongo used to freak me out too. But like those old Zelda games, like you were saying too, a lot of those old games, but the Zelda games, and Twilight Princess still has it. There's a lot of spooky stuff in newer Zeldas, but yeah, man, Enchanted Canyon and the entirety of that Shadow Temple area. For me, it was Enchanted Canyon. It used to terrify me. But yeah, great answers there, and pretty relatable. I haven't actually played Dementia. Is it Dementium the Ward? But I have seen that Medusa, which yeah, rightfully scary. But great answers, man. And Fernando actually has, if you guys are, especially if you want to know about gaming news in Brazil, because like a lot of that stuff, the economy stuff and how the gaming availability, it's really intriguing to me. Really good YouTuber, and he has a channel called Games in Brazil. Definitely check it out there.
And I believe this is going to be our very last response here by Logi on our Discord server. Mentions the vampires from the House of Ashes are currently my favorite. Their design is fantastic, and they felt like a wonderful threat. I will need to look into that as well to check out these vampires.
So yeah, House of Ashes, shockingly, is a horror game. I know, surprising, but like, yeah. There's a lot of different vampires. Always have different takes. Like you got your nicely dressed Draculas, all the way to your like pale white, like 40 Days of Darkness-esque, like vampire, like lichen type things. But yeah, these ones sort of sit in the middle, but super creepy design, like super spooky. But yeah, great answer, man. And honestly, it's been really fun to like bring back. Like we said a little bit earlier, we really appreciate you guys interacting. Questions, those who didn't, and like just watching the VOD coming by the stream, we really appreciate you guys. But it's been super fun. I just want to say, coming back to Kooky Questions, we had one I think just prior to the Switch 2 launch, and we've had a lot of other things going on the channel. We kind of really got the ball rolling again after having a very big video, which you guys can check out on the Crew channel, of our Donkey Kong Bonanza review, or the Return of the Kong Kooky Quest review, and we put a lot into that. But we're trying to have the ball rolling, and now we're like, we have a lot of things that like we've kind of had off, and like have things lining up in the pipeline now that will be coming up with a lot more content here. And Kooky Questions is one of the things I want to bring back. So seriously, guys, thank you so much again. And any closing thoughts, Drew, or anything?
No, I mean, this has been a fantastic conversation. Video game music is really just one of those things I could talk on and on about, and also just great responses as far as like the iconic enemies that we see there in gaming. The great conversation, great answers from all of you there, and you all have a happy Halloween.
Yep, stay safe out there, guys, and happy Halloween.